G podcast. This is episode 14. Supposedly 14.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yes, depending on the platform, it's 13 or 14. But welcome to the podcast. I am Gabe.
And I am Gato.
Yes. And like you said, the funny thing was that I was recording the last stream, and so we kind of had our whole spiel, and now we're redoing it for the second time.
Yeah,
But anyway.
That's why I'm laughing, is because it's just kind of, yeah.
That's the
We're
beauty
going
of a
on.
live show. Beauty of a live show.
It happens. So
Yep.
we're sorry we're a little late today.
Yes.
It's not like we're always punctual anyway, so it doesn't matter.
There's like literally technical difficulties every episode. There's something that goes wrong. Sound,
Dude.
audio, video.
Yeah, and sometimes it's even the same problem. Like it's.
You think you solved it.
Right.
And
What was the first issue we had? I think it was an issue with my camera, like it wasn't connecting.
I think it was it was the same. There was a day when both of our cameras weren't working. Turning it off, resetting, all that stuff. Still.
And then sometimes the sound doesn't work. Sometimes it's not connecting properly. And then anyway, there's always an issue. And you know what? It's fine. We get it figured out, and then we move on.
That's the beauty of a live show, right?
That's right.
But welcome everybody to the episode. If you didn't catch us from our recording, you probably didn't. Like you said, Gato, we have a lot to unpack today, right?
Yeah, that was literally the last thing I said before you cut us off. We have a lot to unpack today. It's been a couple of weeks since we talked about Loki, but the third episode of Loki came out today. And boy, oh boy, I am excited.
Yeah. Episode 1 and 2 were amazing.
Yes. Okay.
3? I don't know. I'm going to start off by saying number 3, I was kind of like, interesting.
It wasn't as cool. Okay. Well, let's start with episode 2. Let's just recap what happened in episode 2, and then we can move on to today's episode.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't even remember. I literally watched both of them today, and I can't. They like blend in. But I do remember when the episode ended, like my mind was like a little blown, you know?
Why, by episode 2 or 3?
Episode 2.
Yeah, episode 2. Oh man. The end? Oh man. Okay, just a disclaimer, everyone. You saw the thumbnail. It says spoilers. We're just going to say it now. There are spoilers in this podcast about Loki. But I was surprised by the end when they showed it was a female Loki.
Okay.
I was for sure going to be like, okay, they're going to do some VFX shot where they're going to show 2 Lokis in one scene, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa. Because the lead up was like pretty awesome with like him taking over or she was taking over other bodies, and then
okay, but remind me, what happens at the beginning? Oh, it's them working together. It's him and Boseman. No, it's not Boseman. What's his name? Bohemian Barton.
Owen Wilson's character?
Yeah. Oh, what's his character's name?
I don't know. Hey, if you are in the comments, welcome to the stream. Feel free to answer and help us in the chat.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I can't think of his name, but yeah. So his character, right? So he believes in Loki. They're trying to figure out what's going on. The funny thing is, during that episode, I mean, I'm rooting for Loki. I like Loki. He has never been my favorite, but I really am rooting for him. And you know what, Owen Wilson, it might just be the fact that I like him as an actor, but I'm also rooting for him. So I'm like, I want him to, come together. Like their dynamic is so fun, and I really enjoy it. And I want him to succeed, whatever succeeding means, because I don't think we even know what the end game is in this series. So we have Loki, who figures out.
Is the name.
What is it?
Mobius is the name.
Mobius. What was I saying? Boston.
Bosley.
I don't know. Okay, Mobius. Oh, there's a B in it. There's a B in the name. Anyway, yeah, so we get Loki, like he figures it out. It seems like Mobius really knows Loki better than they think, to the point where he's like, well, I know that you want to be better than this other person, so you need to help us out. Like, you're just gonna do it, so you might as well accept it now or later. And it seems like he does, and then he kind of like still turns on them anyway. So it's just kind of like, okay, like what? Like, is he doing the right choices? Is he doing the right choices for him, or for us as the viewer who wants to support him? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it
You talking about
changes
from
direction
from Mobius' perspective or from Loki's perspective?
from us, from our perspective
Oh,
as viewers. Like, I feel like we think that we're headed that one way, and then it's like he does something, and it's like, oh, just kidding, he's going this way now. But then it's like, oh, but maybe he's kind of good, and so he's going this
I
way
think
now.
that's the beauty of Loki's character. He's always, you can never predict what he's gonna do.
Well,
I think
the
that was like
key.
that's his whole mischief thing, right? Where he just
That's yeah. That's a whole. I mean, it makes sense. I
like the
like it. I
whole
dig it.
like you couldn't even tell in the carnival scene. You couldn't tell if he was for himself or for for
Yeah,
other people. And I was like, oh,
he.
you just can't predict.
I was convinced that I was like, okay, like he's helping them out. That's cool. And then Owen Wilson, Mobius, he's just thinking, and he's like, nah, he's pulling our leg. Like, we're not gonna listen to him. And he was right. He was messing with them. So, um, regardless of his choices and whatnot, I thought, okay, I'm gonna be honest here, but I did see a video where it kind of spoils it a little bit. They pointed out that in the first video, or in the first video, in the first episode, when
Mm.
they have Loki's file, there's a part where it says gender, and it doesn't say male or female. It says fluid. And so when I saw that on the video,
Oh,
I was like, so it's gonna be a girl. And then like they were talking about the actress, and I'm like, I mean, I guess it would like sure, but
oh, so
I
you
just
knew it was
still
gonna be.
I had expectations that it
Ah,
could be. I wasn't. It's not like I knew for sure. Uh, and so with my suspicions going on, well, as I'm watching the episode, there is also a shot right before the reveal, where the what is her name? Sylvie. She's holding
Sylvie,
something
yeah, yep.
before they reveal her. She's holding something, and I actually, because I had this knowledge, I saw her thumb.
Okay.
Sorry, I
Whoa.
did you hear that?
No, but I see some flashing lights over in the
Yeah,
back there.
it was my cat jumping on the window. Yeah, I noticed a thumb, and I'm like, that doesn't look like a man thumb, or maybe I shouldn't say a man thumb, but it just didn't look big enough to be Tom Hiddlestone's
Ah, I see. I
finger.
see.
And so I was like, so maybe it is a woman. And then I was thinking like, well, it doesn't mean that that's Loki. It just means that we don't know who this character is. But then they reveal that it is Loki, and her name, as we find out in episode 3, it's Sylvie. Um, but yeah, and then at the end when Loki runs into the portal with her,
Yep.
yeah, that was cool. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it was weird because I was thinking you thought by the whole show they're working with him, right? Even when he separates and then starts talking to Loki, you're thinking he's trying to talk her down, like trying to get him on his side, like as a fake, as a
mm-hmm.
as a way to capture her. But then towards the middle, you're like, wait a second, maybe he is trying to work with her, and then try to backstab the other guys. And then like even up to the point where the portal shows up, you're thinking it wasn't until I heard Mobius say, don't jump in, don't jump in. Then I was like, oh my gosh, he's trying. He's gonna,
Yeah.
betray them. So I was always on my toes of like, what is he actually, what his
But
intentions are.
yeah, but did you notice that there was like hesitation? And maybe
There
that's me
was.
reading into it, but he was definitely like looking at it and thinking about it. Cause then he looks over at the TVA, sorry, TSA, the TVA, and he's like, Loki, don't do it. And then he's still kind of like thinking about it, and then he
Yeah.
does it. And so it's just kind of like, okay, so did he really want to do it, or was them going after him? Was that like the pushing factor? Or like, was he like, you know what, if I stay, like they're probably like gonna kill me or something, so I might as well.
That's true. I
jumped
don't
in,
consider that
but
hesitation.
did he jump in because he knew that he had a better chance at surviving? Did he jump in because he's like, these guys are not gonna make it here? I have a better chance of capturing this Loki. Um, you know, like we still have incomplete information. Um,
Even episode 3 kind of still, you were still going back and forth with that whole, are they working together? They kind of
they
establish
kind of
it towards, in episode 3, yes, we need to work together to get, the power to that little thingamajig. But even then, you're still like, they're going to backstab each other in the end.
Mhm.
They did have like that train scene, and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe they're maybe going to try to, you know, um, endear each other or something like that. But I don't know. It's hard to tell.
It is. I'm. That's the thing. It just goes back to the whole hand thing that I
Yeah.
was doing. Like I just don't know where it's going, which I actually am enjoying. Like I'm still enjoying this a lot more than I enjoyed WandaVision or Falcon and the Winter
Yep,
Soldier.
I agree. I agree.
Um, with the first, I mean, sorry, with the second episode, I am curious on your thoughts because they keep okay. So and maybe I'm just confused. So maybe you know better or you understand this better than I do. They keep talking about the timeline, right? You got the keepers of the
Right.
timeline,
Yep. Yep.
and they talk about how they like it was chaotic before, and then they bring it together into one solid timeline. Yet we have all these different
Variants.
variants.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
okay, so what exactly does it mean to have a solid timeline? So because if there's one timeline, therefore there can't be or shouldn't be more variants because the whole purpose of the TVA is to keep the timeline from branching out and creating a multiverse.
Right.
But what we're seeing is a multiverse. Is it not? Like, is it
No,
not?
I think no. I get your question. I think because now, if we from that video, it seemed like the timekeepers are like they're not the ones that created these timelines, right?
No.
I think the thing is that these multiple dimensions exist, but the timekeepers are their job, quote unquote, is to make it into one, and I don't think that is a job. I think they're making that up. Like the timekeepers are making up this job to make one one solo. There's supposed to
Who's
be multiple.
paying control?
Yeah, today it's more of a control thing. So my theory is that they want that's why they're working on this ending, right? They're working on the ending timeline. And so they have to sit in their their lab or office and talk about it, and then they're going to prune out variants that are not going to be part of that ending. I don't know. That seems like that's the impression I get.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
It is. Like I don't like they just introduced multiverse, right? And now the
Right.
storyline is to make it into one
Because
verse.
we have the titles for Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, and we have well, I guess Spider-Man doesn't really have anything to do here except it kind of does.
I think it
We,
does.
I mean, yeah, but we don't know how.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
we don't know how the Spider-Man movie will play into the whole multiverse thing. Like the only hint we have is all the rumors that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are coming.
Yeah.
Oh well, actually, just the fact that Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina are in it that has to mean something. Um, but we still don't know how. But so
Yeah.
we have those two movies coming out. Um, and then like I feel like this. Well, that's the thing. Like I'm wondering if this is gonna give us answers towards the movies. Like I wonder if something is gonna happen in like the next 2 or 3 episodes that will connect directly to let's say a trailer, you know, for one of the for Spider-Man maybe. Kind of like um what Lucasfilms did with the Mandalorian season 2 and the
I haven't
Last
seen it.
Jedi.
Haven't seen it.
What?
Yeah, I haven't watched. I think I've seen like 4 episodes of Mandalorian. Sorry. I know. It's bad.
You've only seen 4 episodes of The Mandalorian?
What can I say,
Bruh.
man? It's just there's too much to watch, man. I
What?
got my trash TV to watch. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. We need to stop this podcast right now. You have to go watch it and then come back as soon as you finish it. There's only like 10 episodes per season. The Mandalorian is what saved Star Wars, or is in the process of saving Star Wars because Star Wars was going downhill so fast, and it crushed my heart. But so I'm not gonna spoil it to you, but
Okay.
there's
They connected somehow.
yeah, the Mandalorian was in the middle of the season, and in the one specific episode, um, they reveal something, something that hadn't happened before
Okay.
in the universe of Star Wars.
Okay.
And then the movie came out that same week, and in that movie, they show this thing that hadn't happened before. So it was like the show made an introduction to it, which I thought was really smart because like you get a bit more of a backstory to this event. And so when it happens in the movies, it's like, okay, well, yeah, it makes sense because we just saw it over here, kind of thing. So I'm wondering if Marvel is going to try and do something similar to where let's say next episode, like next week, something big will happen with like the multiverse or something like that. Maybe we get a little bit of a hint of maybe Tom Holland or something. And
That would be insane. That would be pretty
and
cool.
then that same day, the trailer drops, you know, and then the trailer will have something related to the episode, and they start making like some sort of connection. I think that would be super cool. I think it would be.
I think it would be a smart business move.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think there would be a lot of hype around that. I mean, I think I saw, I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram or some other social media, uh, that Kevin Feige
Fahey, I
and
think.
Feige.
Fahey. I think
Sure.
it's Fahey.
I think I'm saying it wrong.
I don't
And
know
then
either.
I think there's a guy that was working with Star Wars that will be helping them with their trailers and their marketing.
Eh?
Yeah. They're working directly with Marvel, for their marketing and trailers and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so they're definitely planning something big if they're making, excuse me, all these moves for the Spider-Man movie. Like,
Interesting.
that's the thing. Is like, this is so freaking big. I
I
can't
think,
even.
yeah. My guess, what if these timekeeper people are the enemies of uh, the Doctor Strange movie? That would
Ooh.
make most sense. You're not gonna save these 3 giant beings for a TV show. You would want it
Yeah.
to be part of a bigger boss. So I think, in the sake of the Doctor Strange movie, that people that watch the TV show, they're probably
Mhm.
gonna give like a recap of who they are, all that stuff. But we're getting the backstory of these timekeepers for this show.
I can see
This
that
show
happening.
serves as an origin story for the timekeepers. You like
Yeah.
that theory?
Yeah. That's a possibility. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense actually. If they're like building up, or not building up, but they're, I mean, yeah, you only see statues of these guys, and you know that they're
Right?
big, powerful.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
You're not gonna
possibility.
waste that for a show.
They better not.
Like they
I
better
think
not be defeated by the end of the show.
that's a really good lead up to the movie.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
I think so.
we know Wanda is going to be in Doctor Strange, right? So that's also another thing that I'm wondering. Like, is she gonna come in being good, or is she turning evil, or maybe she's going rogue, and then she's like, Doctor Strange, you know things that you should have told me, and we're gonna fix things my way. And Doctor Strange like, you can't mess with the timeline. But then as they're battling each other, maybe that's when the timekeepers come into the story. and then they're like, "Oh, we have to unify again or unite again to fight the bad people again." And I don't know. That's my theory of what's gonna happen. And then Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 are gonna come in,
I
and they're
wonder,
gonna.
check this out. What if, because now we have, so WandaVision was supposed to introduce how Wanda is like the super powerful being, right?
Yeah, the
Because
Nexus.
by the end of watching WandaVision, you realize she's like super powerful.
The Nexus.
You have, yeah. Then you have Doctor Strange talking about the multiverse, which means that has to do with the timekeepers, right?
Yes.
And so in the movie, there's going to be a point where they explain TVA again, maybe briefly. WandaVision can't use her powers. You have Doctor Strange thinking he's this high being, and then realizing he can't use any of those powers in the TVA area. That's the only way to get them to have a challenge, you know? Because just like Loki, the show starts him off super powerful, and then all of a sudden you bring him back down. I think as a filmmaking, you want to bring the heroes back down so they can go back up. That's my theory.
Yeah, you pull a Christopher Nolan with Batman. Why do we follow Master Wayne so that we can learn to pick ourselves back up?
See,
it's one of my favorite quotes. But yeah, that makes absolute total sense. So, let's dive in a little bit into today's episode then. Okay, so because at this point we know that Loki is now a girl. We don't know her name or anything. We just know it's a girl. They're battling, and
Sylvie, I think that's what it is.
Sylvie.
Sylvie, and then she changed her alias to Sylvie, but she's still a Loki, apparently.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
There's a theory that she's under the control of Loki, or that she was given powers by Loki.
And Tenet status?
Not really a Loki, but a what?
You know how like the protagonist is actually I probably shouldn't do spoilers for Tenet anyway, but the fact that Loki gave what's her name, Sylvie, the powers,
even though
she would know.
The thing. That's the thing. Is like we don't know.
Did you get that Twilight planet, Lamentus? I got some very strong Twilight level StarCraft Brood War vibes. Is that just me? Like I remember playing Brood War, and then there you have the town shops, and then you go to the ghost town. I was like, man, this feels a lot like Brood War. Side note.
Shout out to StarCraft. I mean, no. I mean, now that you say it, I see it, but no. I like when I first saw it, I was more intrigued by the music and the character development that they were trying to build, that I didn't really pay attention to anything else. It actually, I felt more of what's the name? Harrison Ford, Ryan Gosling.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. I got Blade Runner.
I should have let you finish that one.
Runner. Yeah, I got Blade Runner vibes from
that's true.
The purple, the neon lights, stuff like that. I was like, and like the Omnius, you know, everybody's gonna die. I don't know. I just got Blade Runner vibes from that. But before we got to Lamentis 1, they were at the TVA.
Yes.
Right? They find each other there. She realizes she's got no powers, but she's still good at fighting. And then
I think they're standing in front of the door, and then they're like in their fighting poses. She has a blade, and then he's just got his fist. And then the doohickey.
The agents come in, right?
Agents come, doohickey thing.
And then
did they know when to pick that, or was that a random happenstance?
You mean the thing that teleported?
The location, the location going to Lamentis 1.
I think that was Loki that had the device on him, and then he just pushed a button, not knowing what he was doing.
Oh, so probably she was planning on going to Lamentis. Here's the thing, though, because remember she was always hiding in Apocalypse.
So right? The device, it must have had like like bookmarks to
Yeah.
the like all the apocalypse events. I don't
Did
think
you?
she
Yeah.
meant to go there though. I think if you remember correctly, I think she was upset with him because she had been planning this for 5 years or something like that,
Right.
and then he just kind of like ruined the plans. Uh, which also, do you know what her plan was at all, or did they explain that, or
I
did I miss it?
They didn't really send. I think episode 2 by then, and I had to watch like a thing about because there was, I guess, an Easter egg maybe when she was sending all those reset charges, and then it
Yeah,
shows like all the locations and the dates and all that stuff. So there were some that were, I think, from other movies, and then future episodes that are coming. But my guess is that her plan was to reset time in those apocalypses. Help us out, viewers. What? We're not,
yeah.
unless
Does
you have a
anybody
better answer.
anybody that's listening right now, like, do you guys know, like, what are your thoughts on what her original plan is or was? Um, because yeah, she set all the charges, and that started causing the all the branches and stuff like that. And that we see all the agents like freaking out, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, they're going on a slope or something like that,"
Yeah.
or like sharp turns and whatnot. But I'm like, okay, so she was trying to branch out all the timelines for what purpose though? Like, what's the point of her plan? Like, what's the end
Bec-
game? You know? I
yeah,
keep
I
saying that
don't
word.
know. I don't. That's the word of the day. I don't know. I think. I don't know. We still don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Because those reset charges, right? What do they do?
Yeah.
Reset charges. They
Well,
reset
she's
things
well that
in a thing, right?
the charges reset things in the things. Gabe 2021. Uh, I get what you're saying, but like,
Right.
yeah. So she has all the resetters, and then she triggers them all to go to I'm assuming different timelines, and then they're gonna reset something. But what timelines? Where
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
even know.
time of time that they go, and why is resetting whatever she's resetting creating all these alternate branches? Like that's what I'm trying to understand. And maybe I just need to watch the episode again. But
Okay, now
yeah.
I'm confused. So there's two charges, right? There's the resetting charge and the killing charge, right? So the resetting
So
charge was when Loki first got the episode started, and he was like, "I am your leader" to those natives, right?
yeah.
So
So
that, I
that's
guess, that resets them to when he didn't see him
I,
or
I
see
thought it was
Loki, right?
yeah, I thought it was the same thing. I think it's called pruning, which
Okay.
basically just deletes everything, and by deleting everything, it just kind of like goes, I guess, back in
Wait, how many
time.
charge?
And
Is there only one type of charge? Is there two type of charges?
I don't even know anymore. I
Oh
think
man, I need to look that up.
no. There's two. There's two, because in the first episode they're like, "Hey, prune on site," and they're like, "No, don't prune." But then there's also the reset. I think where they control like the time or something like that. Are you
Okay,
looking
here
it
we
up?
go. I just read a quote.
Okay, okay, let's find out.
Collided outcome. It's a reset. It's called a reset charge, and basically what it's doing is taking a branch that has veered off its set path and it's resetting it. Though what that means, magic perhaps, or perhaps something a bit more technical. I think that, like Loki, we're kind of in the dark of what is exactly going on with these reset charges. Is the TVA as noble as they're presenting themselves to be? Okay, so I think there's only one. It's just the reset
Okay,
charge. That's it.
so it's just okay. All right, cool. Um, yeah, so she's got a plan. I guess it got run by Loki, and now they're stuck in an apocalyptic planet. Which I actually thought the visuals. Okay, I'm I'm very split with the visuals because
Hmm.
I like the aesthetic of the planet. I like the aesthetic of the civilization there and everything. But like you said previously, I could tell that it was a green screen, and it did not look good. It was really bad green screen. Um, which I guess I understand because it's a TV show, it's not a movie. I feel like they could have done better. But despite me being able to tell that it's CGI, um, I still enjoyed everything that happened. I enjoyed the moon exploding. I enjoyed the
That
meteorite.
last 2 minutes or 3 minutes was amazing.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it was. It was really cool. It was such a melancholic ending to it. Um,
I know, right? That's
did I
true.
say that right? Because they're
No,
like
yes, right.
they're fighting through the crowds, and but here's one thing. I'm gonna be picky about this. Why are the guards fighting them? If you really think about it, it makes no sense. It's just at the very end, just when they're running through the city to try to get to
Uh
the
huh.
shuttle or
Uh huh.
the arc. They're all about to die. They know it. The public knows it. The public is trying to get into the arc, right?
Yeah.
And true, the guards are trying to keep the public from going in because
Sacrifices.
but okay, so the thing is like, so they're fighting,
Yeah.
and then the moon like explodes even more, like it creates this chaos. At that point, if I was a guard, I would be like, YOLO, I'm getting out of here. I do not care what the, like, I would just join the crowds and trying to get to the ship or something. Uh, but instead, they're going through all these, like, they're fighting Loki and Sylvie. And I'm like, why are they fighting? Like, just, I don't know. To me, it made no sense. It just didn't make
Yeah.
any sense.
The funny
It
thing,
was,
here's the funny thing, is I was watching it and I had to watch it again because it was so amazing, right? And
mhm.
then that's when you start to think about it. Like the part where they're inside that building, that cafe,
Yeah.
you see the entrance and the exit in the same spot. So they're going in that building and then coming out to the to be in the same spot that they were before.
Oh,
My
really?
guess, yeah. So my guess is that they went inside the building because they saw buildings fall down, and they come out at the same spot where they were. So I think the set is just one circular thing, and they're making it look like it's uh, multiple places at
Bigger
once. But
than it is.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The funny
Huh.
thing is that
I didn't know that.
I watched it slow mo.
Hmm.
There was a part where you can see a visible cut, because I think there was like 3 or 4 cuts in that shot.
Hmm.
And there's one that's visible, very visible, where you can see the background flickers. It's like when you're in Photoshop when you change layer, turn on, turn off layers.
Yeah.
It's like that. You can tell there's a shot change. But anyway, I enjoyed it still.
It's a very technical standpoint.
Yeah.
No, it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed like the fight scenes were cool. Like that's not the complaint. The complaint is story wise. It just, to me, it just didn't make any sense. But
Let's see, because they
so
were on the train, right? I'm trying to see the train. You get, they try to grab them. Why were they on the train? They were trying to get to the Ark, right?
yeah, they're trying to get to the arc. They're, well, no. This is before the arc. They're trying to charge the tablet thing.
Right, right. And then they
Uh,
realized the Ark could power the thingamabob.
no, then Loki gets drunk
Yes.
and he's messing up, and then people catch him because they're like, hey, they don't have tickets, and so they get in a fight in the train. They get kicked out of the train, and then she's like, great, this is all messed up, now we don't have a power source. And then they go on their trek, and
Oh, yeah,
then
that's right.
later they're like, actually, we could try and hijack the arc to
Power the thing.
power. Oh, no, it's not even to power the thing. They're just trying to make
Get
the
off the
arc
planet.
survive instead of getting destroyed. So that's
Oh, that's right. She was
yeah.
saying we have to make sure the Ark launches and gets out, essentially.
Yeah, because she's like, she mentions that the arc never makes it out, and so Loki's like, well, what if we just hijack it and then we make it get out? And so that's when they go over to the city, and then
That makes
all
sense.
that
Okay, that
happens.
makes sense because now the premise was that Loki was hiding in
The apocalypse.
apocalypses, right?
Yeah.
But really, she might be trying to save people, though. Who are these people? Why is she trying to save all these people?
Well, she's not trying to save him. They're trying to save themselves.
No, that's why. Why is she trying to save the Ark from exploding?
because that's their only way out.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right?
No, but my guess, because my theory is that maybe she's, instead of these apocalypses, she's probably trying to prevent these apocalypses, but she's having, I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about like the master plan.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, no, yeah. Like, what if they're trying to do the whole story flipping their motivation. She's actually trying to save these people. Instead of hiding in these apocalypses, she's actually trying to prevent these apocalypses.
I mean, it could be.
I don't know. Can't tell.
Probably not, though. I don't think she's the saving type. I think she's the I want to be in control type. But I just don't understand what type of control she's looking into getting. And but you know what? Talking about control, do you guys, you the viewers, do you know that you have the control to like this video and subscribe? And the best part is that it's free. You don't have to pay anything to like the video, and you know it helps us out. It helps us out a lot. If you're not watching this live, go ahead and leave us a comment. Tell us what you're thinking of our series. Let us know any suggestions that you might have for us. Anything else that we could talk about. If we were to do a gaming podcast, would you be into it? Let us know. Leave a comment.
Yes.
Tell your friends.
Please do.
Tell your mom. Anyway, what were we talking about?
That.
Loki.
That was great. Episode 3. Okay, so here was the biggest revelation. I feel like episode 3 was a fluff episode. Is that just me? I think the biggest thing we learned in that episode was the TVA workers are not are variants.
Yes. That was actually kind of interesting. I like that little piece of information. But I agree.
Like, because remember we talked about was it 2 weeks ago that Mobius was a TVA agent, right? I forgot what we were talking with Connor. It was it had to do with him with Mobius being a made person by the Time Guardians or Timekeepers.
Right.
But now that we know, he was actually a variant. At one point, a normal person, and now a variant.
Do you think that he used to be, what is it, a jet skier or something like that, and that's why he keeps that magazine? Is because he's got some
memories,
weird connection? Yeah, like a subconscious memory to it.
I think so.
Makes sense, and I'm intrigued to know. Like, I wonder if they'll reveal at some point how they. I mean, they have to, right? They have to reveal how they came to be in the TSA, how they got their memory wiped.
Yep. Even the TVA worker was a normal girl that liked what tequilas or what is it?
Margarita.
The intro scene, margaritas. There you go.
Yeah.
But so she was a normal person, then got converted, sucked in. So, here's my thinking. No.
Tell me your thinking.
What if this TVA thing, it's a sad story where you become a variant, but then you're in charge of eliminating all your other versions of yourself.
Ooh.
In order to make this singular verse timeline thing.
That's very dark and morbid.
I know, right?
Maybe that's where Morbius gets his name. Morbid.
Morbius. Maybe it's like a palindrome backwards name. Sui Bomb. Never mind. Doesn't make sense.
No, wait. Morbius.
Mobius is his name.
Mobius.
Morpheus.
Oh yeah, you said it right. Okay. I don't think it'll be that dark. But
did you ever see the movie The One?
With Jet Li?
Yeah. That's where I got the idea from.
So the more he kills them, the stronger he gets?
I don't think they get stronger, but it's the idea of eliminating your other versions of yourself, maybe.
Dude, if I was able to contact other versions of me, I'd be like, yo, let's chill. Let's make a movie. One version of me will be on camera, the other one will be on lights. The other one
that'd be so great.
And then I could do all the acting, and it would be like the most perfect movie ever. Yeah, I would do that.
You play the girls too. Or you know what? There would if we're going by that rule universe, then there's a female Gato. Gata maybe.
That would be fluid.
It'd be There'll be a gata out there
Yeah, I already
instead
got
of
the
a
long hair.
gato.
Just gotta like straight. Hello, hey, my name is Gatita. Something like that.
Whoa,
That's weird.
that's very high
Um,
pitch.
yeah. Um, I mean, it could be. It could be. There's got to be a reason why these people were selected. So whether they're the last of the light timelines, like maybe it's yeah. Does that make sense? Like maybe they were all dying. Like the purpose of these people was to die, and then somehow they ended up breaking off the timeline, and so they go and capture them because they're like, well, you're the last one. You're supposed to die, but instead of you dying because you already broke the timeline, let's just pull you in and we'll brainwash you into thinking that you're a product of our creation instead.
Hmm.
That's what I think is going on with all the TVA agents. I think they might just be the last of their kind of sorts.
Hmm.
Oh, maybe maybe everybody that's a TVA agent was going to die in an apocalypse type scenario, and the timekeepers saved them all and then wipe their memory.
Okay, I like that. I do like that. That's a pretty good theory. Huh.
I mean, it could be because I mean, Loki figured it out, right? Like, there's no variant um, exposure or whatever before an apocalypse, which is why in the second episode he goes and releases the goats, and he's like, "I am Loki, and I'm a god, and you're all gonna die," and
Yeah.
it didn't matter because they all died anyway. Um, so maybe something like that is gonna happen, where like they were all just supposed to die, and then they were saved, but now they're slaves.
Hmm. That could make sense. I do like that. I like that theory.
Just saying.
Still kind of
Um,
dark too, right? That'd be kind of dark.
yeah, kinda. Uh, so going back to episode 3, what's another reason why you think it wasn't as good as the others
I
as the
think
first two?
as I was watching, I remember it was like you got cool fight scenes, you got cool stories. The train scene kind of got slow, even though it was good, character development. We kind of see motivations on stuff, but at the same time, I was like, kind of bored. But it was not until that variant, that revelation of that everyone is a variant. That's what was like, okay, good. For some reason, I think in my mind, I was thinking, there's nothing new presented here. It's all
Mm-hmm.
just, cool fight scenes and nice world building, literally world building.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but then there was just no new information because that was the intriguing part. It's like this TVA thing, and then
Okay,
nothing was presented.
so you're right. There wasn't a lot of new information, but it did create a couple of questions for me. The train scene specifically, because Loki keeps sharing uh like information about himself. He talks about his
Yeah.
mom.
Yep.
He talks about his childhood a little bit and how he didn't know that he was adopted until later on. And then Sylvie says like, "I knew I was adopted," but that's all we
Oh
know.
yeah. Yep.
But never did she mention Thor. She didn't. It seems like she wasn't raised in Asgard. Um, like, cause she's
No, I
surprised
see. Yeah.
when she is talking to him about like the things that he learned. This is like new information to her, which means she did not have a similar life to him, which is why I do believe that maybe she's not an actual Loki and she was just given the powers by Loki.
Or do you think she was
Um,
like a stand-in type thing, or like kind of like a proxy person that was motivated? Maybe I believe she's an Asgardian, right?
no, I don't think
No.
she is. I think she's a frost giant, but I think she was.
What?
I mean,
Okay.
Loki's or ice. Is it ice giant? It might be an ice giant.
Yeah.
That's what Loki is. Loki was born in with the ice giants or frost giants or whatever, and then he was adopted by the Asgardian. Asgard.
Asgardians.
Yeah, that. And so technically he is an Asgardian, right? But he's still a frost giant. So I think that she is a frost giant, but I don't think she's Asgardian. I think she I think
Interesting
she was
theory.
adopted by something else, and I don't know what. But that's the thing is, she could have been adopted by Loki of a different timeline, and then given the powers to her by Loki. Maybe that Loki died, and it was like, my last breath is to give you my powers, and like part of his subconscious went into her, and that's why she's able to mind control people. It's because she herself is technically under mind control. I don't know. I don't
Wait,
know.
are you saying Loki in this alternate universe has this mind power, and then gave it to Sylvie?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I like that theory. I wonder if maybe Loki's last breath when he died, right? Says, "Hey, you can do this work in order to save our people," or something like that. That's her motivation.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't. I don't know. Like the thing is, like I'm just really intrigued. I'm a little bummed that this season or this series is only 6 episodes long.
I know, right?
Because I feel like they're not long enough. I hate that Marvel lies to us with the time of the episode where it says 55 minutes or an hour, but you only get 40 minutes of episode and 20 minutes of freaking credits.
Oh man. Oh, that's the worst. And then you have to like fast forward it in order to see if there's a secret ending.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, nope. You see the Georgia peach emoji, and you're like, crap, nothing. That's it.
Okay, so there hasn't been one, right? Because I haven't.
No, I've checked each one.
Okay, good. Thank you for
Yes.
doing it so that we don't have to.
Yes. Here at the Gato and Gabe podcast, we do the work for you. We got you
We
covered.
do it. You don't have to. Yeah, that's right. So how do you think they're gonna get out of the planet? I mean, the Ark got destroyed.
That's true.
It ends with a really sad song. Loki's just staring. Sylvie walks away. She's pissed off. How do they get out?
I would say the arc explosion generates enough power, 1.21 gigawatts to power the thingamajig, and then they get out. That's it. It's gonna be one of those quick. Within the first 2 minutes, they're gonna get out, just to get it out of the way. This whole sad ending is just to get us into the next episode.
It's a cliffhanger for sure.
Yep.
I don't think it's gonna supercharge their tap because their tap got destroyed.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh dang. Okay.
So,
someone else is gonna come. Yeah. They're gonna get traced. I would assume they got traced. They got traced to the place, and they're gonna.
That's what I think. I think that the TVA was able to figure out where they went, and because they're all about going in real time and not like going before the events, I think that they're gonna land or get there just right on time.
Just to save them.
That's what I think. Ow, ow. Or
yeah, all right.
No. That's actually what I think is gonna happen. So, I mean, now we have to wait a whole other week to figure out what's gonna happen.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I think episode 6. We've already seen the footage in episode 1 when we watched his record or movie of his life. We're actually watching episode 6, and they're gonna show it. Calling it now. The scene where he watches his mom die.
You think we're gonna see that again?
Yep. I think the timekeepers wanna keep time consistent. That's what his life should have been, and because he grabbed the cube thingy. Oh man, I can't think of things. What is it? Infinity cube? Tesseract. The Tesseract. He missed the show. Should we do a live reaction watching that? Do you think?
Episode 6?
I don't think we'd be allowed to actually. Or could we? I don't know.
Maybe if we put it on a mirror. And so like put a mirror back here and then the show here. I don't know. I legit don't know. We could try.
I think we'd get taken down. We'd probably get taken down. If we had the audio in the back, probably. Yeah.
Wasn't there people that did that already that did it live?
Oh, could they? I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe.
We should try it. Guys, should we try it? Should we try and do a live stream with the episode and then you guys can watch it with us? But if we do that, are we gonna be allowed to talk? I don't think I would want to talk during the episode.
Yeah, you're right. That's true. The live reaction thing is a thing now, apparently. It's been a thing,
idea.
but
it's a good idea.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments, people.
Yeah, what do you think?
Let us know in our chat or in our comments.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to comment. Leave us more comments.
Yes, like and subscribe as well.
I appreciate all the texts that I get after the episode. But really, it helps us a lot more if you send us a comment in the video.
And thank you to those listening on Spotify. Thank you.
Or any other.
Or Apple Podcast as well.
Yeah, wherever you listen to the podcast. Thank you for listening. Wherever you might be, we appreciate it. Yeah, and let us know your thoughts. If you're watching the show, let us know your theories. What do you think is going to happen? And we'll talk about this. Are we going to talk about this next week, or are we going to talk about it for the season?
I don't know.
finale?
It depends. Depends on how good the next episode is.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, also, you guys, the viewers, let us know. Should we continue with another episode next week, or should we wait until the finale and then talk about the series as a whole? Let us know what you think. We'll see if the episode's good. Maybe we'll talk about it anyway. But
technically, it would be easy for episode 4, then episode 5, and then 6. So that means
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Wow.
Yeah.
So I mean, if y'all want to watch it, let us know.
We're happy to talk about this. This show is fantastic. I'm really happy that they've made it. I found out today Tom Hiddleston actually produced it, so that's cool.
I for some reason I'm always paying attention to names and credits. I don't know why. I always like.
You do pay attention or you don't?
I always do. So it's like, and I always point it out to Brit. She probably gets annoyed by it. Like, oh, directed by the actor that's playing the show right now, or something like that. I think I noticed Louis D'Esposito. I think I butchered his name, but could have sworn I seen his name on the Breaking Bad producer credits as well.
So the guy, I don't know if it's the same guy. Here, you're gonna. Oh, it's. Really
Whoa, bright. That is a nuke.
Is it Luis Esposito? I don't think that's the right guy. The guy you're thinking about is. Can you hear my typing? You can't?
Not really, actually.
Cool. So the guy from Breaking Bad is Giancarlo Esposito, and he's also the bad guy in Mandalorian.
Oh yeah. I was sorry. I meant the executive producer of the show is the executive producer of Breaking Bad too. I think I've seen his name as executive producer.
Because it's the same last name, so I thought maybe you were.
He's also a bad guy in the new Far Cry too. So. Did you play Far Cry? Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah. If you watch the latest Far Cry trailer, he's like the bad guy apparently.
He plays a good bad guy.
He's a very good bad guy.
He's one of my favorite bad guys, especially in Breaking Bad.
Yep. It's really good. All right.
Jinxed.
Well, guys, I'm glad you stuck with us. If you enjoyed the show, if you like what we talk about, feel free to like and subscribe. And like Gato said earlier, let us know what you think. Tell us what we can do, what we talk about next week. We don't only talk about Loki Marvel stuff. We talk about life stuff as well. If you have any questions, let us know.
That's right. Thanks everybody for listening, for watching. I appreciate all the comments. They really do make my day better when I hear about how you like the podcast. If you don't have Gabe's number, you can text me and I'll text him.
Oh, okay.
Gabe's number is 801-555-3211.
Whoa, that. Why'd you tell them my number, dude? That's not cool.
I was too bad. Kidding. That's not his number. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Have a good night,
Bye.
guys. Bye.